Hello, everybody. I'll just get set up here so I can see any of the questions in the comments. And we'll just start to let people arrive. I'm going to be speaking today about the upcoming hypnotherapy training that I've announced. And I'm really excited about it. So I'm just going to make sure I can see who's popping on. Oh, if I can see. Let's refresh everything. Okay, so welcome. Here we go. I can see now. Now, all right, so let's get started. I'm going to hit record so I have this too. And I just want to start to talk about the upcoming hypnotherapy session. I'm going to let a couple of people in and we'll get back to this. It's just been so exciting because there's been so much excitement building around the training. And I know that this is a time that really people are being called to um, do more, to be able to show up in a way to help others in a really practical and effective way, because it really can be frustrating to not have a real way, have a way to help others and serve your purpose that really is creating change. And that's what I'm here to talk a bit about. Plus, I'll share the more specific details about everything. So I am looking at the pages. So if you do have any comments or questions, just throw them into the comments right now. And as I go, I'll answer them. Thanks everybody for joining. And what is this? What is hypnosis? What is hypnotherapy training? This is something that's becoming more and more known in the sense of how we actually create change. It's becoming more and more understood that when we think about something, so when we want to do something differently, or the thing that I hear often is, I know I should be able to do this, but I can't. I know I should be able to stop myself from doing this self-sabotaging thing, but I can't. And so there's a real kind of assumption that for some reason, because we know what we need to do, we should be able to do it. And that's when enters the subconscious programming. That's when the subconscious programming really enters, because it's so much more than we think it is. Getting something done and really creating change, especially behavioral and emotional and psychological change, is got much more to do with what our beliefs and our feelings and our perceptions are at that deeper level than anything that we think consciously that we should be able to do. And feel free to say hi in the comments and post any questions as you join. I'm just getting into, speaking about the subconscious mind, because when we're talking about hypnosis and hypnotherapy training, we're really talking about working in the subconscious mind, which ultimately is just working in the part of the mind that it all exists. you know, this is where your belief system was created. This is where your programming was created. So, as much as you could see how you could be doing something different, unless you change it where it lies, you can't get the results that you want. It's not true transformation, it's just external habit behavior. So we're talking about from the inside out. And this is ultimately what the training is about. It's me teaching you what I've done over the past 9 years that has created results, real time results, to create change and transformation, and looking at how hypnosis is that modality, right? Because you could learn hypnosis and you could read a book about hypnosis potentially and try and practice it, and you could put someone into hypnosis by reading something that you found to them. But then what do you do to really create the change? And then what do you do when they feel like they're not sure if they were hypnotized or they're not sure it worked? And so the practical experience is massive. You know, this is happening a lot now because more and more trainings are available online, and some of them are not really teacher driven, they're not live teacher driven. And so they're not really practice based either. And so what I found is that I have people that have been taking those types of classes coming to me looking for a way to really learn how to be a change maker. And, I want to make it clear that in this course, this is really what we're doing. Like, I am sharing everything that I've learned through experience of thousands of sessions over the years, plus training and teaching this since 2014. But what we're really doing is teaching you to be your own light worker, teaching you to show up in the space and be a healer. Because I could tell you, here's my steps that I use, or here's what I've done to be successful, but really, to me, the heart and soul of the understanding of the way that I work, and with my mentors, with my mentees too, is that what you'll really get from this training is the ability to show up grounded, confident in your ability to hold space for others to heal deeply while working with you. And that's not the same for me as it is for you or her or him or them. And so, again, this is fundamental because you're the one that's called to do the work. You're the one that's called to share. And hey, Tracy. And, you're the one that's really got everything in you that you need to be able to guide your your hypnosis sessions. So what I offer you is the modern, effective learning of the modality of hypnosis to have that umbrella to function under, while learn, like, really healing your own stuff, healing your own blocks, healing your own reasons of why it might be difficult for you to show up to help someone else or put yourself out there or trust that you can hold that space. So this is really fundamental to the work that I do and to how I train and teach. Now, of course, we're going to go through the whole deal. We're going to go through what is hypnosis, how to talk about hypnosis so people understand what to expect. We call that pre-talk. We're going to talk about um, well, everything. How to know how deep someone is, how to test for depth, how to know what you can do at different depths to create the change. There's some things that you need more depth in order to do. We're going to talk about how to work with specific issues with hypnosis, and this is an area that I'm going to put more focus in than ever, like to really help you to understand how to work with a specific issue. Um, we're going to do all of this, learn about the subconscious mind, how the mind works, and how to once you have that understanding of how the mind works, and understanding in a sense of how life works and how change is created well, then you just have the tools. You'll have the tools to create that change. And I mean, I saw this, I saw all these changes happen, with hypnotherapy before I even understood how the mind worked. So it's just really bringing in the knowledge of what you're doing, because all you have to do is start doing it to see the results. The results are amazing. The things that people come back with, that they have let go of, changed, and transformed, that they've been holding on for decades sometimes, is just simply miraculous. And all that I really am here to do is to teach you how to create the space and to create the state in your client to for those miracles to occur. It's so exciting. And of course, ask any questions in the comments. I know one of the questions that was sent to me was, how does it work now that it's online? So I have done this training since 2014 in person. And there was always, 10 to 15 people in the class. And then because of COVID, I moved the Saskatoon and the Regina trainings online. So now it's not specific to region or province or country for that matter. And it's amazing. I did the first online training ever in June. We had 11 people. I'm maxing this one out at 12. That's the most that I feel is best, because again, I part of the principles of this training is that each person that takes it will achieve and receive their own leveling up, their own transformation, their own really letting go of the things that have been holding them down or holding them back. And so the main difference that took this training in person to online is, of course, we do it in this format. We use a Zoom format. When you're practicing on each other, you break out into Zoom breakout rooms. That's been amazing. Breakout rooms. And actually, that's been something that I think has been better than the in person, because you have a private space, whereas before everyone would be working in person to, while hearing each other. So you have a more private space to practice, a quieter space. And I mean, really, like I said, our online training went so well. It's so nice to be able to just like take a break, turn off your camera, turn off your screen, go take a rest, have your lunch, and then come back. And how we do this is in 4-day format. So we really go all day for 4 days, and then we go take a 10-day break, and then we go all day. So we'll be going November 19th to 22nd. We go all day. We take breaks. Definitely, I think we finish at 4:30. All of this is going to come out on the landing page as soon as it's launched. And I'll get into that in a moment. And yeah, so we are going to do this 19th till the 22nd of November. And we go, Thursday to Sunday. It's amazing. We're immersed in it. We are just loving it. We have so much fun. We learn so much. A lot of my training is full of stories about different situations, issues, and ways that I've worked with things, and then the outcomes, and really starting to get an understanding of how this works, plus the realistic aspect of it. How long does it take to work on specific things? When are the client's expectations too high? Those type of things. Then we take a break for 10 days, let it all soak into your subconscious, give you some time to practice what you've learned, kind of go with the theory. We come back for 4 days, we get into a more advanced, now all the basics, how to put someone in hypnosis, what it is, how to talk about it, how to do it, how to tell how deep someone it is, how, what you can do at that time, how to check their suggestibility, how to understand so many things, the misconceptions of hypnosis, and on and on. And then the next 4 days we're getting into regression. We're getting into how regression works, age regression, a little bit of past life regression, and we're really getting into the deeper layers of healing, because sometimes people might think that hypnosis is putting someone into a relaxed state and giving them positive suggestions. So say the person would binge eat peanut butter, then you would put them into hypnosis and say peanut butter is gross to you, you don't like it anymore, you feel so much better when you don't eat peanut butter, and on and on. But this is a very surface type of hypnosis. We may use some of those suggestions. I mean, we don't need to turn peanut butter or smoking or any bad habit for that matter into a gross, disgusting thing if we really get to the root cause or the layers of it. So, my whole philosophy and practice is all about working from the inside out and really getting to what is the issue. What is the thing that is causing you to keep eating peanut butter excessively? What is the thing that it keeps causing you to go to smoking, to go to eating, to go to whatever it is that you're trying to stop doing? And that this is really the difference, because just relaxing someone or putting someone in a hypnotic state and then giving them suggestions is like a band-aid. Like, it'll probably work for a bit, but it won't last. And the same is true for all of this type of habit and behavioral change, because if there's roots to it, it's like cutting down a weed rather than pulling it out at the roots. So we really get into how to pull out the issue at the roots, how to work in that way in the layers. And this is such a gentle, amazing process that's just really is that, miraculous state that you're creating. And so that's the last 4 days, now that you've got this fundamental understanding of hypnosis and how it works and what you can do with it, then you can really get into then you can really get into how you feel, and how you can delve into the layers and work on the layers to that. Because, for example, maybe the person eats a lot of peanut butter and it's really connected to their stress, and that stress is also connected to the pressure that they put on themselves, and that the way that they don't really allow themselves to have fun or to relax or to know what to do. And so when we start to learn how to work on that at deeper levels, well, we're not really working on the issue, isn't really the binge eating of the peanut butter. The issue is, or what are the feelings that are involved in the relationship with themselves that causes them to sabotage as such when they feel uncomfortable, or when they feel bad, or when they feel too much pressure, or when they're being hard on themselves. So this is like the fun stuff that we get into. We get into, like, what are the underlying things of craving peanut butter? What are the underlying things of any type of self-sabotaging issue? And what are the underlying things that stop you from doing the things that you actually really want to do? Because it's not so simple. It's not like we can just take away decades or a lifetime of programming like that, but we can definitely serve to create new successful neural pathways within the mind, so that rather than the mind automatically choosing the unsuccessful pathway, it chooses the new successful pathway more and more and more until that becomes the pathway. One of my favorite things in this part of the class is like where we really get into um, how to remove triggers. Removing triggers is my specialty. It's really what I like to do. I don't like to create coping mechanisms or ways to talk yourself positive into things, because no matter how positive you are, if there's a seed planted as a result of a past experience that is still unprocessed, so unprocessed past material, you're going to get triggered no matter how positive you are with yourself. So this, we really get into again how the mind works and why positive affirmations don't work if the subconscious mind is not on the same page. So that's what I love to teach, like that, that area that I specialize in, which is really, let's look at what's really going on. And again, how to release triggers. Because if you're familiar with this, I mean, we all have them, but some are really, really creating a lot of suffering in our lives. And we're having emotional reactions that, are just based on unprocessed material from the past and our past experiences that created some belief and caused us to think that this was true. So we get to unravel all of that. And I teach you how to do that with others too. I'm just going to check my list of questions here. I'll, uh, I'll, um, I'll just let you know a little bit about myself. My name's Heather Rodriguez. I am Hypno Heather. I founded Hypno Heather in 2014, but I started doing hypnotherapy in 2011. And yeah, since then, there's been 80 plus people graduated from my training. And now we're just going in even more. Now I also lead an online mentoring group of hypnotherapists to help them continue that's momentum, a hypnosis practitioners membership to help them really stay committed week after week to growing their practice and to really being able to build their dreams. So this is going to be something available to you after you have your certification. And how do I serve? I serve by showing up and sharing what I know from my experience and sharing what I know from raising hypnotherapists and watching them along the way and what's been successful and what hasn't been successful. And I really serve by creating a space for you to explore um your confidence and your self and how you show up and the things that you feel, even if you think you shouldn't, that are holding you back. I serve by really holding a space for you to come into yourself, into your power, so that you can step out into the world and help others. And so basically, like I said, I'm going to be posting more details soon. The dates are set. There's those 4-day chunks. Prices are going to come out right away, beginning of next week. And then the pre-sale, early, I've been calling it early bird, opens on October 9th. And that's going to be exclusive, first dibs, first spots, first earliest price plus bonuses. I have a couple bonuses I've been preparing for everyone who signs up off. That's off the email list. So you have to be on my email list or in the group, hypnotherapy training certification information. So if you're already in this group and you're watching it from that group, cool. If not, then you will see it it should be linked to this video, as well as it's shared a ton on my Hypno Heather page. And if you prefer email because you don't want to miss it and you want the notification and you're not on my email list, just go to hypnoheather.com and sign up for the email list there. I'm going to just add it to the comments here, hypnoheather.com, and sign up to the email list to be the first to get the prices and the spots, because there's a lot of interest in this program. It actually is why I'm doing it in November instead of waiting till the next year. And so, like I said, we'll cap it at 12 spots. There'll be more information and more emails coming out soon. You can definitely ask any questions in the comments here, even after this video has been off live. And What else can I say? I guess the last thing I'll say is that this is for you if because people ask me, who is this for? This is for you if you feel like you're disenchanted, with your regular work. Like you're really feeling called to do something to help people and you'd like to eventually transition out of what you're doing. This is for you if you're a practitioner of another modality or other modalities and want to, one, offer another service for your already amazing clientele. Two, want to be able to do deeper work and create deeper transformation and change and heal trauma ultimately. And three, want to grow your business, you know, branch out and have more to offer, at a higher price point. And this is also for you if you're a coach. And it's the same, like you're finding yourself talking about the same things week after week, and the external workbooks or exercises aren't really creating change in the internal. So if you're coaching and you're finding that the conversations are still really cerebral and intellectual, and the person or your client might be very aware of the theories that you're talking about, or really aware that they could ultimately understand that they could think differently, feel differently, do things differently. This has happened before where I've seen coaches with their clients, and I've worked with some clients where they felt like their coach tells them, just do it. You have to be accountable to me, do it. But then they don't really offer them the opportunity to be able to actually get beyond the block subconsciously to doing it. So this is really for you as a coach if you want to be able to really create fundamental transformation with your clients so you can have a moment, you don't have to always do hypnosis, but you have it as a tool in your belt to be able to go, man, yeah, this is stuck. You're not getting past that. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, go deeper, relax. You can take them into a little hypno and watch things change way faster. This is also for you if you're a psychologist and you want to add more ways to work with your clients, or any kind of counselor therapist working already with people. This is for you if you are fascinated with hypnosis and you want to learn more about it from a healing perspective. This is not for you if you need convincing that change happens internally and not externally. This is not for you if you're looking to do stage hypnotism or some sort of hypnosis for entertainment. And this is not for you if you do not um, ultimately understand that being able, putting yourself in a position to serve others and to help others heal, you have to be willing to do your own work. You have to be willing to show up just the way that you would need someone to show up to you. That doesn't mean you have to feel ready or you shouldn't feel scared, because people definitely, we all feel that. It can all seem intimidating to like go somewhere that we are. It can feel intimidating to go somewhere and do the work, but it's really never as scary as it seems. It's more about your willingness to show up, your willingness to participate, your willingness to put yourself in somewhat of a vulnerable position in order to heal, let go, release everything that you need to really sit in that space of being able to help others. Now, it's not like this. I'm not trying to like create this belief like, oh, you have to be totally healed to help other people, because I don't subscribe to that at all. You just have to be willing to and open to the process of working from the inside out. All right. Okay. Thanks everybody for joining me. And if you're checking this out after it was live, cool. There's more to come. And message me or post in the comments any questions. And like I said, more info to come. All right. Right. Teamwork makes the dream work, saving this person, saving this world, helping heal the world one person at a time. And if that's calling to you, then stay tuned and join me for this next upcoming hypnotherapy class. Ciao for now.